All writers should understand the difference between writing characters with flaws and writing characters who are fundamentally flawed. And I don't mean flawed in a bad writing sense, though failing to recognize these differences can lead to bad writing. Here, let's start with an archetype I've identified, which I'm calling the Flawed Hero. It's the middle between the Paragon and the Anti-Hero in this hero spectrum I've built. To best understand the Flawed Hero, first, let's look at its relationship with the Paragon. There are plenty of similarities between the Paragon and the Flawed Hero. Both are fundamentally committed to making life better for others by bravely tackling challenges and obstacles. Both inspire others to become better. The difference lies in the nature of their personal struggles. Paragons can be flawed, but in a different way from the Flawed Hero. Paragons tend to have minor flaws, the small, often commonplace imperfections that most people possess. They can be annoying or inconvenient, but they typically don't drastically alter a person's behavior or outlook on life. These tend to surface under emotional strain or in specific situations, but don't significantly change how they behave on a daily basis. With storytelling, while they can add depth and realism to a character, they are not the driving force behind the character's major actions and decisions. They're just relatable quirks that humanize the character and can occasionally create small conflicts or moments of humor. It's stuff that's easily manageable and don't impede the character's overall progress and development. Flawed heroes, meanwhile, struggle with major flaws, fatal flaws. These are profound imperfections that affect the character's worldview and behavior. They often stem from deep-seated issues or past traumas, and they can dominate the character's personality. Major flaws dramatically alter how a character perceives themselves and their surrounding. They often keep the character stuck in a particular mindset or a pattern of behavior, preventing them from achieving their goals and leading to a sense of unfulfillment. They are the types of flaws that are central to a character's arc and the overall plot. They create internal and external conflict that the characters must confront and overcome. They're usually the main obstacle that prevents the character from achieving their desires, which makes resolving these critical to the character's development and the story's conclusion. These major flaws, to note, are the reason why flawed heroes struggle with heroism. Still, they can be useful with regards to heroism, on account of their relatability. This brings us to a fun thing regarding the human mind and morality. Overall, we often make ourselves the heroes of our own stories. We remember events in ways that make us look good. Our minds can even change or invent memories to maintain a positive self-image. We justify our actions, no matter how selfish, to preserve the heroic narrative. This can make it incredibly difficult for people to learn from their mistakes. However, when observing certain behavior in others, especially flawed or destructive ones, it's way easier for us to recognize these things and learn from it. That's the greatest value of Flawed Heroes. We can see characters who are struggling with things we can relate to, recognize how it can be a problem which interferes with one's higher potential, and actually see how someone overcomes it. Then, we can take those lessons and apply it to our own lives, while also seeing that you can grow, that you can improve. That is their greatest heroic potential as a character. So, having said all that, I imagine quite a few would like to hear some insights on writing these. Luckily for you, I've worked out quite a few tips to tackle this specific archetype when it comes to writing flaws and the journey. I'll go even deeper if people are interested, but still, this overview should help. If it does, all I ask is you show gratitude by pressing the like button. And if you wish to go further, you can donate via the super chat or join the channel membership. Now, without further ado, let's begin. 1. Understand your character's history. Digging deep into the character's backstory is crucial for understanding their flaws and motivation. Past experiences, especially emotional traumas, often shape their current behavior and flaws. To do this, create a detailed backstory for your characters, considering their upbringing, significant events, and relationships. For example, a character who is distrustful may have been betrayed in the past, and this history can be gradually revealed through flashbacks or dialogue. This foundational work helps to create a well-rounded character whose actions and reactions are believable and rooted in their past. 2. Balance flaws and positive traits. Ensure your characters have a mix of flaws and redeemable qualities to make them relatable and likable. This balance is essential, especially for protagonists, as it keeps readers invested in their journey. Introduce positive traits early in the story to draw readers in. For instance, if your character is stubborn, a flaw, also show that they are determined and loyal, positive traits. This can be done through action that highlights their courage or generosity, making readers root for them despite their imperfections. 3. Show, don't tell. Reveal your character's flaws through their actions, behavior, and interactions instead of just stating them. This approach engages readers and allows them to form their own opinions about the character. Instead of saying, Joe is arrogant, show Joe dismissing others' opinions or taking credit for others' work. Action speaks louder than words, and creates a more vivid and believable character in the reader's minds. 4. Use flaws to create conflict. Flaws should complicate your character's journey, creating obstacles that prevent them from achieving their goals. This adds depth and tension to your story. Design situations where the character's flaws hinder their progress. For example, a character's impulsiveness might lead them to make a rash decision that creates new problems, thereby intensifying the plot. These conflicts not only challenge the character, but also keeps the narrative dynamic and engaging. 5. Align flaws with the character arc. Ensure your character's internal transformation is influenced by their flaws. As they face external challenges, they should also confront and overcome their internal flaws. Map out your character's arc from start to finish, noting how their flaws will be addressed and transformed. For instance, a character who starts off being selfish may learn the value of selflessness through a series of events that gradually change their perspective. This alignment ensures that a character's growth feels organic and tied to the story's progression. 6. Leverage inner and outer motivation. Define both the external goal, what the character wants to achieve, and the internal goal, why do they want it. The internal motivation often ties to self-worth and personal growth. Clearly outline these motivations. For example, if a character's outer goal is to win a competition, their inner motivation might be to prove themselves worthy of their parents or to overcome a personal insecurity. Both motivations should drive their actions and decisions, adding layers to the characters and making their journey more compelling. 7. Create authentic struggles. Characters should face tough decisions and conflicting desires. Their flaws should make it difficult to be objective, adding realism and tensions to their struggles. Place your characters in situations where they must choose between their desires. For example, a character who values honesty but is also desperate to protect a loved one might struggle with lying to keep them safe, creating a compelling internal conflict. These authentic struggles make a character's journey more relatable and engaging for readers. 8. Reflect character growth gradually. Characters should evolve slowly through small victories and setbacks. This realistic progression keeps their flaws and growth believable and engaging. Shout out key moments of growth and regression in your story. For example, after a major setback, show your character reflecting on their mistakes and making incremental changes rather than immediate transformation. This zigzag pattern of growth and setbacks mimics real-life personal development, making a character's evolution more authentic. 9. Show flaws as both hindrance and asset. While flaws generally create obstacles, they can also be assets in specific situations. For instance, mistrust can protect from betrayal, and competitiveness can drive success in high-stakes scenarios. Highlight scenarios where the flaw works in the character's favor. For example, a character's aggressive nature might help them win a crucial battle, even though it also causes problems in their personal relationships. This duality adds depth to the character and shows that flaws can have both positive and negative sides. 10. Explore the positive side of flaws. Every flaw has a positive aspect. A gullible character might be trusting and generous, while a spoiled character can be assertive and confident. Use these traits to add complexity to your characters. Write scenes that showcase these positive aspects. For example, a gullible character might earn the trust and friendship of others through their kindness and openness, creating a nuanced portrayal. Exploring these positive sides ensures that characters are well-rounded and believable, resonating more deeply with readers. If you wish to see what else I have to say on heroism or just writing in general, check out the next video that's being offered to you right now.